Hey guys, how you doing? So I'm all on my lonesome today. Leon is off gallivanting around the world. He's on holiday for 2 weeks in Gran Canaria. Did you just see that fly? Oh, it's going to annoy me for the rest of the day now. It's buzzing in the background. Anyway, moving on. So Leon is not here, bless him. He's on holiday in Gran Canaria for a week with his missus, which is very, very nice. So I'm all on my lonesome. But that's... Go away, fly. But that's not an issue because I've always got plenty to talk about anyway. So today, loads of you have been asking me about foam rolling. Mostly because I just Instagrammed a new picture of my new little toy. This is my new foam roller, a little camo one. I got this from Trigger Point. Trigger Point, one of the bigger brands in foam rolling. I think it cost me like 35 quid from Amazon and postal packaging was free, so winning. So, all of you want to know, what is foam rolling, why do I do it, how do I do it, and when do I do it? So let's go through it. So, foam rolling, why do we do it? Okay, foam rolling, the easiest way to explain it is it's basically a poor man's massage. You're going to use this foam roller, they change densities. I mean, you can get softer ones. If you haven't got so much muscle mass, you tend to be a little bit lighter and you haven't got any injuries, you're probably going to go for a slightly softer foam roller and they can get harder and harder foam. Some of them even have like spikes and that's pretty hardcore. And the idea basically is just to push the blood through the muscles. You can do a little thing called Trigger Point where you hold on a point that's sore and you can just foam roll up and down very slowly. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So it's a little bit similar to like a myofascial tissue release, which is basically a sports massage. That's the idea for it. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty painful. First time I did IT bands, I did it at the gym and I was outside. And I'm glad I was outside because the words that were coming out of my mouth would probably make most members quit. So this new foam roller I've got here, basically you can see that what they've tried to do when I read up on it was basically try and make it feel more like a sports massage. So I think you've got bigger cubes here which are meant to be like the palm of the hand, and then smaller nipples, you want to call them nipples, for fingers and then fingertips and stuff like that. So the idea is all those things are going to help push the blood through the muscles, try and get some of those toxins through and just release it off a little bit. A lot of people go a little bit more serious with it and they use golf balls and tennis balls, especially to kind of release the fascia away from the muscles in places like the calves. So there is really loads of different ways to foam roll, but they're all pretty simple. Loads of little different ways of doing it and protocols people go through. I personally foam roll before I do a workout and after. The reason I foam roll before I start a session is just to warm them up and get some blood rushing through the muscles and kind of try and loosen off the fascia really, which is like what encompasses your muscles inside that. I particularly do it with my calves. My calves are very stubborn to grow, as most of you know, as it's an ongoing joke on our channel. So I will get things like a golf ball or even a tennis ball and kind of work it out with maybe a tennis ball underneath and one on top, just to kind of separate the fascia from the muscle as such. And my theory is to kind of just allow it to have the room to grow a little bit, to be honest. How true that is, I don't know. I've seen a few people talk about it and they're quite respected people, so I personally have taken that on board and given it a go and it's something I'm working with. I would foam roll after as well because I get a little bit tight. Normally I'll leave it a couple of hours. Most people foam roll straight afterwards, but I don't normally have the time. So next morning might even, or once I've warmed up a little bit the next day, I'll go for a foam roll. So let's show you some foam rolling. So since we're starting nice and easy, we'll just start with calves. So if I'm starting down on my roller here, I'm going to start away from the heart and roll back up real slow. This is probably a little bit faster than what I do it normally, but I don't want to take forever on this video for you guys. If there's any point that's really sore, I'd hold on it, alright? I'd probably roll back and forwards an inch each way, just working it out a bit. Then I'd go all the way up the muscle and down again, and I'd probably go up and down twice on each muscle. Everyone does it slightly differently. You're going to find a thing called trigger points. So especially on my IT bands, these ones on the side here, I did these once at the gym, first time I'd ever done them. It's very hard to stretch your IT bands basically. It's the muscle down the side here, which goes over your knee and over your hips. So it's quite hard to stretch it because it's over 2 joints. So if you train a lot and you work your IT bands, which you're going to, and you don't really roll them, the first time is pretty traumatic. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to roll your IT bands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a roll on the floor. I'm going to start just above my knee, or just on my knee, put one arm down the floor like this. So I'm almost doing a bit of a plank. It can be a bit of a good core workout as well, to be honest. And I'm going to real gently roll down. If I find a point that kind of hurts, like there, that's kind of a sweet spot. Basically, I can feel a bit of burning pain coming around my knee as such, okay? So I'm really going to hold on to that and I'm going to try and work out that little kink there and try and push some blood through the muscle. IT bands are a real kind of painful one for most people and they give you a lot of problems because it's really hard to stretch them off. It's kind of down the side of the leg. I mean, people do IT stretch where they cross one leg behind the other and lean over like a ballet dancer, but I don't think it's that effective. So IT bands are normally a really good one to roll for most people, all the way up to the hip and then back down again. And I personally do that twice or more if it needs it. Right, another one I want to show you real quick is lats. Lats is a great one to do. You're going to go over on your side, alright, you're going to roll down, and just as you get to the bottom of your lats, you're going to find a nice sweet spot for most people. A lot of people struggle with overhead squats and stuff like that to keep thoracic extension while their arms are behind the head. A lot of the time that can be down to tight lats, as well as chest and other things, so lats is a good one to roll out. So that basically is how to use a foam roller. It's real simple. It's a really awesome bit of kit. I've only been using one, honestly, for about 7 months or so, and it's helped me out so much, especially on my legs and my VMOs, when I've been squatting and stuff like that. And it's got me out of a few little sticky situations as well, actually. So it's definitely something I would add into my itinerary, really. I mean, you can get a foam roller for a tenner off My Protein, a foam one, and you can just work your way up. Like, I had that one first, I've now got this and just invested a little bit more money because it's something I find is quite important to me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. That is how I interpret foam rolling and how I do it. I'm sure there's lots of other different ways and people have got their own opinions, and that's absolutely cool. If you've got any that you want to share with me, I'll be more than happy to hear about that. So thank you very much for watching. I love you all, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.